This marks a historic turning point for our country, with the people in turmoil, driven by the desire for change and a deep love for their homeland. We joyfully open a new chapter in our national life.
Madagascar's military leader, Colonel Micheal Randrianirina, was sworn in as president following days after taking control of the island nation in the wake of youth-led protests that forced out his predecessor, Andry Rajoelina. Randrianirina says that a new chapter is being opened in the island nation, adding that he is committed to instilling change.
We place good governance, a culture of transparency, accountability, efficiency, and the principle of zero tolerance at the center of our actions. We also commit to taking all necessary actions and measures against the enemies of our republic to redress the wrongs suffered by the victims during the popular movement and to guarantee the free exercise of fundamental rights and freedoms, including freedom of expression and respect for the law.
However, the African Union and the United Nations have condemned the coup, with UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric calling for the return to constitutional order.
The Secretary General condemns the unconstitutional change of government power in Madagascar and calls for the return to constitutional order and the rule of law. He takes note of the decision taken by the Peace and Security Committee of the African Union to immediately suspend the country from participation in all activities of the African Union, its organs and institutions, until constitutional order is restored in the country. The Secretary General encourages all Malagasy stakeholders, including the youth, to work together to address the underlying causes of instability in Madagascar.
Dr. Frank Legaba, senior lecturer and political analyst at Wits School of Governance, says that the military's intervention has further complicated the situation, with AU's recent suspension risking isolation of Madagascar's new leadership.
If you don't manage the transition very well, you run a risk of losing investors. You run a risk of worsening, deteriorating the situation, of rebuilding the country and all of that. So I'm skeptical, but I'm looking keenly to look at what follows in terms of the protest now and the rebuilding of a new government. What follows? Then from there, I think I may have a little bit of optimism looking at what the new government will do.
Meanwhile, SADC has taken a decision to deploy a team comprising Organ Troika member states to undertake a fact-finding mission to Madagascar. The bloc is expecting a report in 2 weeks' time and will convene an extraordinary Organ Troika summit immediately thereafter to deliberate on a mission report concerning the political and security situation in the country. Bonolo Maribe, SABC News.